Faustino Fredericks,
Hi, everybody. Thank you.
all the way down from Idlewild. Been up there practicing his silver making processes. And I'm Mel Vernon, and this is the Spiritual Wind Flute Circle performance. And we're going to be here for an hour. We have some of our friends here. We're very accomplished flute players also. In fact, a flute maker will be joining us up here shortly. John. So the story goes that I think the flutes have been here as long as North America has been inhabited. I looked that up on Google. So if it's in Google, it must be right. Right. So Faustino and I and some of us here in the audience have actually had a flute circle down at the San Luis Rey Bakery next to the Mission, going on about, I want to say 8 years, maybe 10, I can't recall. And it's something that's still happening at the present time. So it's the third Sunday of the month from 1 to 3.
That's correct.
So you go down there and listen to flutes, have a taco, drink a little Coca-Cola, get some musical therapy, and it's just a wonderful time. And myself also has a band called the Kings of La Jolla, which is at the pit stop, the first and third Saturday from 6 to 8. So if you go see us, you can have a rock and roll night and still get in bed by 9. Right? So that's
This
kind of where we're
Saturday.
at.
This
Did you have a
Saturday.
question?
This Saturday.
This Saturday.
Yes.
It is this Saturday?
It is this
The
Saturday.
first?
Yes, this Saturday.
That's, I guess, July 5th.
Yes.
Well, I gotta go get ready. Okay. So what we do is we've been playing in elementary schools, high schools. We got a concert coming up somewhere in Oceana,
Right?
coming up. So
Community centers.
community centers, libraries, rodeos, and fiestas.
That's correct.
Okay. So we're gonna, Faustino is pretty much the flute player in this group, but I'm learning. And I'm still learning. I guess I should practice more there.
Well, I'm still learning too now, so I always find somebody doing something new and fantastic that's like, wow, I have to learn that. So
There you go.
it's always a continuously learning process.
Do you look at YouTube to find things also, like I do on guitar?
I do.
Oh,
I'm always scouring for something.
all right. This rattle, this is actually a California instrument that's native to this place. There's a gourd, here, and stick. And these flutes come from other places in the plains and
This one
east
happens to be a cedar flute.
Highland, a highlight.
This is a high spirits, part machine made. And I guess they do a little bit of hand tuning, but it's mostly machine made.
Yeah, the flutes that were here were made out of cane or bamboo of some sort, and were more simply. So they didn't have another, what they call a bird on top of that. It was
This
played
part
simple.
here.
Yeah. These ones sound a little bit more. What's the word?
At least the way I play them, they project a little bit more. These type of flutes tend to be a little bit more soft-spoken.
All right. Well, let's go. is a clapper stick. This is another indigenous instrument played by the Luiseño that are around here, and also the kumai, and very simple, made with out of a okay, what is it? The
River King?
no, the
Elderberry.
elderberry. Thank you.
That's elderberry?
Elderberry. Take our word for it, John.
Okay, I believe.
You know, if it's not, we'll straighten it out later. Right now, it's elderberry because it has a hollow part in here that was made for flutes. Do you ever make elderberry flutes?
Yeah.
Okay, so there it is. And you're going to make clapper sticks. So the woodmen would play this, and they still do. Some of these songs that are played around. And so this land that we're on is Luiseño, depending on if you're talking to a Luiseño, or kumai is probably going through here too. But this is a FluteCircle. We're not doing land. We're not buying land today or anything. But the Luiseños were named after the San Luis Rey Mission. But before that, they were known as the Payuncuichin by some, and also Ataham. So they didn't call themselves Luiseño. But as things happened in California, it was the San Luis Rey Mission was the biggest building at one time, and they had thousands of head of cattle, and it took thousands of people to keep that place going. And San Marcos was actually after in the Rancho period, the Rancho San Marcos was actually owned by a gentleman named Cave Couts, I found out, who also has Rancho Bohomie and some other places. So we have a lot of history here. And my tribe, the San Luis Rey Band of Mission Indians, as well as some other groups of Rincon, they have cultural artifacts that they're finding to protect, and some of these developments that are still going on today. So the past and the living and the present and the future are all right here, right in front of you, right now. I don't know if Faustino is old enough to be an artifact, but
Oh, sure, point to me.
He's a fossil.
Oh!
all right. See, we like audience participation, but please don't attack the performance. I'd like you to get excited, but calm. And I've never been told to turn down before because it's a library. So try to hold it down a little bit. You might get us in trouble.
And I'd just like to add that this is a flute patterned off of a Cheyenne flute in the Smithsonian American Indian Museum.
What is the bird finish there?
It's a horse.
That is a horse?
That is a horse.
Wow.
Does that do anything to the sound?
She's asking you a question. If
Pardon?
Does that do anything to the sound?
it helps make the sound actually happen.
Yes, the wind comes, when you're blowing through here, goes through here, up a little channel, across the channel, and there's what they call the cutting edge right here. It's like blowing on the end of a bottle. If you blow on it just right, it makes the sound. This helps you blow on that edge just right.
John's a flute maker over here, so I'm waiting to him to say he's wrong, but is he close? You don't know how it happens either? That's
No.
amazing.
I just put holes in branches.
All right, well, let's move it along. I'm glad we can answer those
I don't know
simple,
if I can play
those
now.
simple questions. And I'm glad you know him. I know him because I don't. This is a hand drum. I didn't make it.
Neither did I.
Okay, so we're good. Buy these at the Indian store, and they're going to have a
They
class
have
of
a
it
class to make them in a few weeks.
in a few weeks. All right. All right, ready?
Okay, go ahead.
You're probably wondering what that white pedal does for the sound that we're playing today. That's kind of the equivalent of playing in a canyon or a cave.
Canyon.
Go ahead and say something and then press your pedal, Faustino.
Hello? 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 Hello?
You probably thought he was making that sound with his lips, but it's that pedal right there. And we have those pedals for sale for $50 that you can buy after the show. Anderson, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, I don't have one on my microphone. So, you want me to switch with you and see?
Yeah, we can
I
switch.
can use the practice, I guess. Okay.
You can do that.
Thing about our flute circle is that anyone can come in if you're just learning how to play or just want to listen. You know, it's free. You might have to buy a taco, but you know, for the price of a taco, you get a concert. And you got people coming from Los Angeles, and Faustino actually lives up in Colton, or
Colton by San Bernardino.
way up there.
Is that the reverb?
Yes,
Okay.
it's that reverb and delay actually. It makes us sound better. And sometimes people don't turn off the pedal and they start talking, and then they realize there's an echo going on. So they, hello, there you go. But it's the guitar players use those also. Thank you.
Do the Indian nations play those actually?
These are played.
I meant any kind of flute.
Well, yeah, they actually originated in the indigenous.
Oh,
flute.
thank you, that's.
They were, I was back to Googling. There was in the 1500s. The Spanish were coming, and then one of the times that I can't remember what De Soto or somebody at the time, the explorers, they actually heard the flutes, and then there actually was a entourage of flutes and other shakers, I think, and then the chief came, and he was being held on the back, carried on the back, and he had like a red deerskin or something. They actually wrote it down. So if you Google the Native American flutes in history, there was things I hadn't seen before, and it's actually pretty in depth. That's why they said that the flutes have been here as long as man has been here in North America. and they've made them out of bone, eagle bones and stuff like this. And now it's actually because of the preservation and the endangered species. You just can't go out and make an eagle flute. You have to actually be a Native American to actually have one in your possession, or it's a felony on that. So it's like the eagle feathers also. So there's a lot of things going on that happens, but Faustino and I are just playing the instrument as a beautiful sound and sharing a little spirituality and a little soft therapy as we go through this. And as we move on, we're actually going to pass out some shakers to you who want to play with the band or the group. And so we get this interaction. If you feel the spirit moving. Right now I'd like to bring up John Sherman, who's actually a flute maker here in San Marcos. He is actually selling flutes all over the world. For the price of a used car, you can actually have one of his flutes. Exception. Thank you, John.
Faustino showed me this earlier, and I traded him for some green paper back in 2009. Got the date on there. And yeah, I'm not a flute maker, I'm a hole maker. The tree makes the flutes. This was made by a toyon tree. And given enough time, you keep putting holes in branches, you figure out what works. And let me just say something that you touched on, or related to something you mentioned. It was as early as the 1970s that these were illegal to play, technically, in the law books. You couldn't express your indigenous culture through flutes, through ceremonies. They were all the books that long. It wasn't that long ago before that there was the first governor of California instigated bounties, paid bounties for Native American.
The Indians couldn't play their own flutes.
That's correct. And that was across the country. That was a national law. It's only been, so there has been, I've seen in my lifetime, a renaissance of Native culture. And the flute has helped bring that about.
John, what inspired you to be a flute maker?
I was gifted by Gary Lemos my first Native American flute back in 1993. And I'd been playing recorders, wooden recorders, since the 70s. I had my tenor recorder. It didn't leave my side. I loved just improvising on it. And I would improvise in the pentatonic scale. And I'd play a recorder off to the side just to kind of soften the breath. And so Gary Lemos, he was a Vietnam veteran of Mayan ancestry. And he played the flute. He took up the flute as a way to heal from post-traumatic stress syndrome. A lot of veterans have taken up the native flute because it's a heart instrument. It's a very healing instrument. It gets you in touch with your feelings. And it's intended to be played from the heart. As Gary taught me, and he taught me, you don't play the flute, you pray. You pray. Whatever that means to you. So like everything that as I've learned, everything about Native culture is inseparable from a spiritual perspective. We're all related. Everything is sacred, including these flutes. I'm talking too much.
Yeah, go ahead and start fine. But we're getting an education, I think. Pat?
Is there anything mathematical the way you arrange the different holes?
Yeah, it comes down to physics, but I'm not a physicist, so I use a program. It was developed years ago, and you could punch in the numbers, the diameter of the bore, the sound chamber here and the length and the key that you want, it will get you in the ballpark. And from there it's experience. And then I start small with the holes and I use a tuner. Does it need to be sharper or flatter? So I'll gradually expand the hole in the right direction. Until you got 6 more. You got 6, and so this, yeah.
Relax and just start playing.
Do I get to?
Yeah, you get to use
The
the.
bear cave.
Yes.
You be wet. No.
All right, they're going to have dueling flutes coming at you right now.
teach you. Yeah.
Now I'm looking, there's something called a sweet spot, because these fetishes or blocks or birds, they move. And so after playing it, I realized, now I need to move that back a little bit. And then called a sweet spot.
No, that's Faustino. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I think it's better these days. It's got lots of.
And now for a very special treat, John's wife. He was going to play. That's right, a female flute player.
Yeah.
And she's going to show us how it's done.
Hello. Thank you for the opportunity to play flute. As I understand it, in the Native American culture, women were not supposed to play the flute. Is
Oh,
that
I
right?
didn't know. Give me that back.
So, since I'm not Native American, I love playing the flute. I play with John Langton, and I was not prepared to play
I was going to
today,
say,
but
yourself and John are down at Elfin.
Elfin Falls Recreational
give a plug.
Reserve, yeah. We play their music often. We are docents there every Sunday. I bring my harp, or we bring the flutes and guitar. John plays guitar, and I play the flutes and the songs that we've written, all inspired by nature, in the hopes to inspire other people to love nature. And on the first Sunday of the month, so you guys have a gig on Saturday, first
Yes.
Saturday of the month. We have our gig on Sunday, the first Sunday of the month, so the upcoming Sunday, where we perform. It's like a little musical where I'm inspired and enchanted by an oak tree, and I speak from the perspective of an oak tree and play from the perspective of an oak tree.
Harmony Grove?
Elephant Forest.
Yeah, Harmony
Yeah,
Grove
it's
Road.
Harmony Grove Road. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the show is on at noon. If you're interested, I think it's really a good show.
It is. I've seen it a couple times. It's wonderful, actually. And we're trying to get it in the libraries.
Yes,
Excellent.
that would be very good. Do I put the la?
Thank you. Right.
So.
This brings us to the place that we're going to have some shaker instruction. I notice a lot of the kids have left already, so that just leaves the rest of us kids. Who would like to play a shaker with us? Well, both of you are going to get a shaker. You're in the front row. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Can I shake?
You want a shaker rattle and roll?
No, just shake.
Okay. In the back, would you like a shaker to play with us? No? Okay. Way in the back, would you like a shaker to play with us? Could you open the door to the parking lot? I'm going to ask those people.
Offer milkshakes.
This is a shaker competition. It's held once a year on a world tour. This is the last stop.
Is it between me and her?
It looks, do you want to shake?
I'll have a shaker.
Okay.
You sure you don't want to? I'll shake. Okay.
Let me see if we got any, how many we got left.
We got a whole bag full.
I'm an excellent shaker.
Faustino made these,
Yeah.
by the way, in his spare time.
Oh, cool.
You get a whole bunch. If you feel the feeling and you want to shake, this is your, I don't know how many times today you're going to be asked that question. You want to shake. Well, maybe a chocolate shake. Shake. I'm going to play the big drum. No more questions, I'm sorry.
I had one.
Yeah. Flute lengths and everything. Yes, and that makes for a different one. Absolutely. And Faustino will play probably the biggest flute he has in his later, but right now I have to hand it to Faustino because he's such a craftsman. And why did you do this?
I needed to reach in tight places.
Oh, yeah.
You got to hand it to him though.
Oh my God.
Put your hand up.
High five.
That's so cool.
Could you real quick explain what the beat of the drum has its meaning?
What? Say that again.
The meaning of the beat of the drum?
Yeah. Michael Jackson had a song called "Beat It."
That's where it comes from.
That's basically
Okay.
that's in my mind as I beat the drum with this little hand. Wow, that hand is powerful. Well, the beat of the drum, the drum, our first beat is their mother's heart. And, we're all syncopated. Somehow we have a rhythm. Nature has a rhythm. The world is vibrating at a certain rhythm, believe it or not. Probably the universe is doing the same thing. Does it know it? I don't know. But we put meaning to things, and so Faustino painted this, right?
Yes, I did.
So that's the meaning right there.
Are we ready?
And the name of this song is,
You want to play Birds of Prey?
no, that sounds,
No.
have you got another one?
The name of this song is
San Marcos Library
Shake Your Booty.
Jam Booty Shake. Okay.
There you go.
If you feel like dancing, restrain yourself, okay? Hold back a little bit. Go ahead. Oh, wait a minute. So we're gonna, this is the rhythm we're gonna do together. You guys know what to do.
At the end.
All right, that was our rehearsal.
A little flute.
All right. This part of our show is you're now in the band, right? You're part of us. Well, you're not getting paid. I mean, just and you got to give the instruments back when you're done. But what we're going to do, Faustino has the world's smallest flute. Looks like from here. But that's probably because what we're going to do, we're going to start off slow, and then as things go up, I'll say faster, and we get a little faster. He plays a little faster. I say faster. He plays a little faster. We play faster, and then we're going to end up. Probably what happens is that the flute starts smoking. It's on fire, and just before it burns its lips, we stop.
About right.
But it's the first time we did this in Las Vegas, people didn't believe it. So we're going to start off a little slow. A little faster. A little faster. Faster. Whoa! This is Faustino. How did you do it? How did you do that?
Amazing.
How do you do it?
Saw smoke.
Okay,
Oh, my.
it
Let's
helps.
try the low flute.
Let's try this.
This looks like a log, compared to your other ones.
Huh?
Well, this is one of my mid-sized flutes.
Mid-size.
Mid-sized. Biggest flute I have is about 5 feet long.
Wow.
Um,
Made out of a plastic pipe or
made of
something?
African blackwood.
Really? So let me see. You use a branch, and Faustino's cutting down the whole tree.
Oh,
Wow.
Brent did it. It's a
Trunk flute.
wood sounds flute. Wood sounds. You're
Oh,
different.
yeah.
It's one of his long contrabass flutes.
Wow. just the things you pick up here in these flute circles is amazing.
Is that
The
Brent?
knowledge.
Brent Haynes? Is that what's sound?
What is it? Say it again.
Brent Haynes?
Brent
Brent
Haynes.
Haynes, yeah.
Nice sound.
Are there any more questions before we start off? He's bringing them back.
Is it time when you try?
No, hang on to it. There's no batteries in your shakers. You just play this forever. No batteries. That's the thing about the flutes. There's no batteries in these flutes or anything.
As long as the person playing can breathe.
As long as you're breathing, you know you're playing. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very nice. Soothing. I got time for about 50 more flute songs. Well, this is kind of going to bring us towards the end, but when we noticed these two double flutes together, tell us a little bit about those, Faustino.
Well, this is called a drone flute. It's basically one full flute. Has all the holes in it like it's supposed to. This side is the same size as the flute next to it, but all the holes would be closed as if all the fingers were closed. So this makes just a basic drone. So it just makes, and if I blow it hard, so when I play this side, so you can kind of make it more ceremonial, and get a whole different type of feel. So that's what we're going to try and do right now.
Yes, yeah. John, do you make drone flutes also?
From
And
forked
you see it,
branches.
you know, it's
From what?
Forked branches.
Forked branches.
Yeah.
I thought you said pork rinds there for a second, but it's an actual fork, not pork.
Forked.
Forked branches. The tree comes together in a fork,
Yes.
or a branch does, and that means that they're already connected. Whereas the one
Yes.
that Faustino is playing looks like it was
fused together.
Yeah.
made.
Glued together.
Also, he has holes in the drum.
There's holes in the drone. A lot of people are flying drones these days. You notice that?
Yeah, they're getting more and more dangerous.
And more days now. Does that drone fly?
If I threw it hard enough, yes, it would go in orbit.
Whoosh. All right, let's get back to reality, okay, shall we? All right. These are made with, looks like deer hoods or
Yes.
deer coats, deers. Wow, a whole herd of deer right here.
Nothing ever goes to waste. We use tin cans,
Tin cans.
gourds,
Gourds.
and somewhere there's a couple of rawhide
There you go.
rattles out there.
Let me know what was in the gourd.
What's in the gourd?
The rattle.
What kind of bean?
That particular gourd, there are beans.
Bean?
Beans. I bought a bag of beans. In her can, there are corn.
Corn.
You can also use rice, depending on what type of sound you want. In some of the traditional type things, they use palm seeds.
What is that? Is that a gourd?
That's a gourd.
This is soft, very soft. Okay. What do you call this song?
In the spirit.
In the spirit.
In the spirit.
Thank you. Well, that wraps it up for us today. I hope you had a good afternoon, and thank you, Speaking to John, for being here and participating, and Linda and every front row audience. And now we got to collect the goodies.
Thank you.
All right. I'd like to remind you, if you do like flute music, come and see John and Sabina out at Elfin Forest. The first, well, they do your performance the first Sunday at 12 o'clock, and they're there every Sunday as docents down at Elfin Forest, Harmony Grove area. And also, Faustino and myself at the FluteCircle the third Sunday, and Richard, our friend, also was
Oh,
over there.
Martinez.
Yeah, hello.
Oh,
Yeah, we're a small circle of flute players. And,
I used to play with him.
oh,
Sorry, that's
no, there's no sorry here. I'm a musician also, so it's very good. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, San Marcos Library, for having us. Thank you.